Who knew that combining Disney with 8-bit gaming could actually come with a movie that is quite possibly the best Disney film I have seen in many years. Wreck-It Ralph from Disney, and this movie contains the voice talents of John Reilly, Sarah Silverman, Jack McBrayer, and Jane Lynch. And the story to Wreck-It Ralph is kind of base is simple. It's like this. Ralph is an 8-bit character in an old arcade game, and simply his only objectives of this game is simply climb on top of a building and wreck it, while another character, who I'm not going to mention, pretty much fixes it. Now, after doing this for about 30 years, he decides that he's tired of being the bad guy. He wants to be the good guy. He wants to, he wants to make friends. He wants to be respected. And so one day he decides that in order to gain the respect he wants, he's going to go and get a medal. But he can't do it in his own game, so he's going to travel to another game, try to get a medal from one of their games, bring it back to his own game, and show everyone that he can be a hero too, and that he is not a bad guy, and he just, he's a good guy if you give him a chance. Now, I wrote this on my Facebook right after I came out of this movie, and I have to say this. If you are a fan of Disney and video games, especially old 8-bit arcade games, there is absolutely no way you're not going to absolutely fall in love with this movie, because this is by far the best Disney film I have seen in a very long time. I would even put it right now up there with some of the old school Disney movies that I used to watch growing up. Like, I would even put up there with movies like Toy Story and Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast. It is that good. Now, the thing that, for me at least, made this movie extra good is the fact that you really get to see a lot of the game characters that, if you were my age when these characters came out, they're in this game. And there are so many references. Like, there's even a little scene in the beginning of the movie where he's actually kind of sitting in like a bad guy's therapy talking about his problems. And you get to see guys from all types of games, from Street Fighter to Mario to Mortal Kombat to Resident Evil. There's just so many characters. Even in the background, you can see trust me, this is like having all these different video game characters in one movie, and that is just a treat. There's even a small little reference, I was a bit surprised, of Metal Gear Solid in this movie, and that just that just turned me into a 8-year-old little kid again, just for a couple hours. And another thing that this movie actually was able to project very well is that it actually has a lot of heart. It's not just throwing all these many different elements into a Disney film just for the sake of it. It's not just throwing these characters in. They actually have a purpose and a function, and it does drive the story through. And these characters, or Ralph in particular, actually goes through amazing character development of realizing that perhaps you don't really need a medal in order to be seen as a good person. And that is something that I will definitely remember this movie for. And I definitely recommend all of you guys see it. This is by far, I would say, the best movie I have seen, I would say, this fall season perhaps, and it may even make it into my top 10 favorite movies of this year list for sure, which is why I'm proud to give Wreck-It Ralph a 9.5 out of 10. I only wish the movie would have been a little bit shorter. It does run at about 2 hours, and it does kind of drag during, I'd say, the second half of the movie. There were a couple things they could have taken out, but this is still a great Disney film. Definitely check it out if you're a fan of video games and Disney. And if you like this review, please like, comment down below, and subscribe to keep track of me and my future movie reviews. And like always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.